Carbonites Gaming.
Today, we are going to be discussing what I consider the best free-to-play fusible monster, and that is going to be Veromos. Your Dark Ifrit, it is a monster that does dots on first skill, stuns like an AoE stun on second skill, and its passive removes one harmful effect every turn. Um, it's a great monster, and it's fusible. I know a lot of people look at it and they're, well, I haven't summoned a wind vampire or Argon. I haven't summoned whatever monster. None of the monsters that you need to make Veromos are hard to get. Every one of them is also a fusible monster except for uh, Kume, which is a dark yeti, but it is a secret dungeon. It's not that difficult to get. So before we get too deep into showing what Veromos can do, let's talk about the fusing, right? So you need an Argon. Argon's fusible right here. What do you need? Eintau, the Wind Minotaurus. So good thing about a Wind Minotaurus is that it is available in the Chiruka section of the scenario. So if you're farming any part of scenario, 1 star, gone through scenario, you have access to get this monster. It might take a few runs, but you can get him. Velfinodon, the Wind Lizard Man. Once again, another monster that you need to make your Argon is available as a secret dungeon. Or any of these monsters can be summoned in Mystical Scrolls as a 3 star, except for the last one in each. So in this one, it's going to be Casey, your Water Pixie, and that is either a secret dungeon as well, or you can get it out of Unknown Scrolls. So when you're looking through these monsters, Iron, once again, get them in scenario, Farron Castle. Um, Farm it a few times. As long as you're hitting it with 1 star, you have a chance to pull this monster as a drop, right? And then another monster you need for Veromos is Akia. You look at it again. Now you're looking at Nangram, the Fire Beast Hunter, is a secret dungeon. All the monsters are secret dungeons. Krakadon, secret dungeon. You can also get them in Feynman. Ramira, secret dungeon. And then last Seal, once again, it's a 2 star. You can get it in the shop. You refresh your shop a couple times, or not mystical scrolls, sorry, unknown scrolls, or also a secret dungeon. And last but not least, Mikain. All the monsters you need are secret dungeons. So you're looking at, except for the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper is, oh no, the Grim Reaper is also a secret dungeon. So Bearman, secret dungeon. The Grim Reaper, secret dungeon. All the monsters that you need, except for the Dark Yeti, you can fuse, and the Dark Yeti is a 3 star secret dungeon that is also accessible. If you just sit in the channel for a little while during the dark, whatever day that the dark dungeon is open, you're going to see some people pulling it and just fire them a message, say, hey, you know what, I just need this for a fusion. If you want, I'll delete you afterwards. Usually people in the community are pretty open to letting newer people kind of use their secret dungeons to kind of help them progress, right? And then in this, Kog'Maw is the Fire Imp. It is a 2 star. It's also a secret dungeon. You can get it out of Unknown Scrolls. So with this being said, you can get your Veromos without ever summoning a mystical scroll. All right. So now that we've kind of gone through some of the fusion stuff, it does cost a bit of money, and yes, it does cost essence. All the monsters have to be the equivalent star level of the monster they're fusing. So if you're fusing a 4 star like your Argon, all your monsters have to be 4 star max level. They don't need max skills or anything like that, but they do need to be 4 star max level. And then to get your Veromos, all your monsters, not you, all your monsters do need to be 5 star max level and awakened. So it does take some essences and some time put into the game. but it's totally worth it, right? We can look at the skill set for Veromos here. Removes one harmful effect, except or inabilities, so your stuns, your sleeps, your freezes, and recovers 3% HP for each harmful effect removed. Not a bad situation to put yourself in. So now you're getting a heal, although fairly small, but you're still getting a heal, and you're removing those harmful effects, which is not a bad thing to have in any of your dungeon runs. Necro is a little different. You're looking for multi-hits on your Necro, but with that being said, let's take a look at how Veromos would do in, let's say, a Dragon's run. So let's, first things first, let's throw Veromos in there. I'll toss a Lucian in, because I have a Lucian, so I'm going to use him. Who else? Galleon. This is going to be a little bit of a, not a free, or not as much free to play. It is a free to play account, as everybody knows, but this is a bit more of a down the road Giants run. But the point is to look at it. Veromos was in my first ever Giants B10 team. Veromos was in my first ever Dragons B10 team. And I still use Veromos in Trials of Ascension, like TOA and TOA Hard, as well as in certain siege battles and guild battles and stuff like that, and Labyrinth. Um, Veromos is a great counter to the Jean, whatever you want to call her, with her AoE provoke. That's an effect that does get cleansed by Veromos. So when Jean or Jean first came out, Veromos was counterpicked to her, and it worked out fairly well. It's not as common now. Most people just take like a cleansing immunity or whatever, but it is something that if you're in a lower level siege or lower level guild battle, anything like that, you do have this option now for an AoE single cleanse against that Jean or Jean or however you want to pronounce it. So as we're seeing here, Veromos is doing its job, throwing some dots up every once in a while. Those defense breaks come out. See, we survive. Cleanse the defense breaks on everybody but ourselves because we had 2 on them. Right? So not a bad run. And once again, it's a free-to-play monster. Let's see how we're going to do in Dragons here. If you watch the video from last week, you'll see that I did show a run with a Veromos in it in Dragons. I'll use the same team now as I did then. See how well this goes. So we got a Bella Dion, we got a Megan, we have a Veromos, we have that guy, Vertiheel, and then we have a Sigmaris. We'll let this run. I'll keep kind of chit-chatting a little bit. When you're looking for your secret dungeons, obviously you're going to need the essence to awaken them anyways. So there's no point in not just farming for the essences anyways. So if you farm for the essence, you do have that chance to drop the secret dungeon that you might need. And once again, if somebody else is looking for a secret dungeon that perhaps you get and they want some help, I'll let them know. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I can give you a hand, or my friends list is full, or if you don't mind, delete me afterwards. And some people will be totally okay with letting you keep them on. Others might just want you to get rid of after, but that's not a big problem. The issue is you want to make sure that you're progressing in the game to the best of your ability. And these free-to-play fuseable monsters, like you'll see on here, I'm also using Sigmaris. Sigmaris is yet another fuseable monster, and it hits fairly hard, and it's a great it's a great water damage dealer. So we'll let this run through. Hopefully this is helping some of you. Big shout out to the Real Cryptic Day. He was on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/carbon_nights. We were chatting away. He was wondering if I could do a video on fusible monsters. So I figured I'd do kind of one monster per video. It's a little easier to explain and show where they're useful, and as well as explain kind of the idea behind getting them. So the vast majority of them do require secret dungeons. And on weekends like a week or two ago, we had the entire weekend all elemental dungeons were open. So if you're looking for that wind monster that you need for like a secret dungeon, just keep an eye on it. Start farming it, run a couple runs through it, get some of your essences, something that can be helpful to you, and you might get a little lucky. You might be able to help somebody else out. Where else can you use Veromos? I don't think there's too many other places on my account, but in a newer account, like once again, hopefully this is helping some of the newer account people in the game, and just letting them see kind of how easy something can be to get a monster that's quite useful. So once again, the skills, I think mine might even be maxed except for the first skill. Yeah. Yeah. And then I just threw some runes on them. I don't think they're overly good runes. 5-star HP rune, 5-star speed rune, 5-star HP rune. So you're not looking for anything super huge. You can build him as a tank, as a damage dealer. I don't think his multipliers for damage are overly high, but the effect that he has, the longer you keep him in the battle, obviously the better it's going to help you out. So feel free, leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in videos like this on fuseable monsters. I do believe that coming up quite soon, I'm going to be doing a summons video for myself as well as Poseidon. So hopefully we can pull something a little better than what Poseidon pulls. But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know, is any of this being helpful to you? If yes, perfect. If not, let me know what else I can do to help. Um, we love reading the comments we get. We love kind of hearing back from you guys. A little bit of feedback goes a long way. So we would really appreciate that if that's something you guys can do for us. Aside from that, definitely make sure to get your fusible monsters done. I think next week I will do Sigmaris, and we will make sure that we're kind of finding some other teams for him. But I think that's all I have for this video here. Once again, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to leave a comment, good, bad, ugly, who cares? Just let us know what you're thinking. And I guess we will see you next time, Knights. Keep those shields up. Well, Knights, you made it all the way to the end. You know what that means. You've won the chance to watch another one of our videos, or perhaps even subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.